You ever been depressed or distraught or disappointed on how your life was playing out, right? And then when it's time to go to sleep, those feelings that you suppressed all day long, they start to amplify, causing synonyms of unproductiveness and procrastination to make pallets on each side of you, leaving you in the middle, being tortured, being tugged until you fall asleep and wake up the next day. Well, the reason that you don't have peace of mind at night or in your life for that matter is because your distractions right now is detaining your purpose, which robs you ultimately of your peace. You know deep down that you are meant for more in this life. You have something to bring to the table versus the next person, right? And there's too many things that just linger around in your presence and just stays rent free in your mind. All of this starts with what you allow. So during this video, I want you to focus on two things. One, acknowledging your distractions, right? And two, walking in your purpose, because I know what it's like to be distracted. My eye being taken off the ball because of the company I kept or the things that I used to do, right? These things profited me absolutely nothing to elevate higher in my purpose in God. And because of that, I didn't allow him to work in me like he could have. Whoever's watching can immediately relate when I say that you ever tried pursuing or embarking on something you've built with your own two hands. Then it diminishes. Then one by one, multiple doors close consecutively in your face. Follow me, because this made me question God actually, right? I asked God, why do you allow the people that don't have a relationship with you, the desires of their hearts, such as wealth, big house, nice car, the baddest girl, etc., versus your 10 to 20 year veterans that have been faithful to you for decades? Then something said, if I have a purpose for you, right, and you're distracted right now, why would I give you the desires of your heart to further distract you? Keeping this in mind right now, I had to boldly and bluntly remove everyone and everything out of the way, right? Because distractions come in various forms, such as people, activities, overindulging in pleasures, etc., right? So a statement we can all agree on is you only live once, right? Meaning that the time that we've used up until this point can never be revisited, redone, or re-edited. Let me level with you real quick, because there are previous situations, if not current situations, in your life that left you questioning God, asking him, why did my last relationship work out? Right? Or why has my friends or family betrayed me? Well, for one, for that relationship, he just prevented you from future hurt, heartbreak, and disappointment you would have had to endure on a higher extent if he didn't allow it to happen sooner. And as for your family and friends, he allowed you to see their spirits, attitudes, mistreatment towards you that caused isolation, being the first step leading ultimately to your island of elevation. This is why it pays to trust in him, because it is his way of getting our attention, because it is being held hostage without negotiation by things you hold super close to your heart. But because you are distracted and your vision is blurred, this means now this affects everyone else now, because your purpose could be meant for someone else's blessing as well as their breakthrough. People are dying and suffering inside and in silence, and the only thing that could help them, or that only thing that could touch them, is a word, a song, a poem, an artwork from you to bring light back to their life. They could hate the entire world with everyone in it, but feel comfortable to confide in you because of how effective your purpose, how effective your gift really is. But since you're so caught up in your own thing, we'll never know. Because the more distracted you become is the more time you're stealing away from yourself, which is pure excellence you could be executing in the world today. You see, the reason that you can't catch a break right now is because God refuses, he declines, he rejects the idea of you settling for less. Right? God is after you because he's fond of you, meaning that it was something special, something different, something peculiar. He saw something before you were even born. He has something for you, but it's up to you to find out what it is. I always ask people this. I ask them, could you imagine being distracted your entire life and never being able to see what God had for you? Not a lot of things scare me, but that's something traumatizing just to even imagine. So the more you wait, the more unhappier you become trying to figure out things on your own. You're doing what everyone else is doing just to try to fit in because it worked for them. It ain't gonna work for you, obviously, because your path is different. You were meant for more. Your gift is customized and tailor-made for you. The fact that God gave it to you, don't expect anyone to be able to even fathom the concept of how powerful your gift from Him is in their physical mind. I'm pretty confident to say that you are having questions even right now in your mind, asking yourself, how do I get it done? Where do I even start? I'm glad you asked. It starts with you seeking God by reading His Word, praying, and trusting Him wholeheartedly, right? Because He'll not only reveal to you your purpose personally, but He'll also instruct you how to walk in it. So let's sum this entire message up into one big sentence. The blueprint God designed for you is a plan for you to work in the direction of the finished product of what you can be. Right, but in order for this project to work effectively, He needs materials such as your trust, your obedience, your faith, but most important, His increase. And I promise you, when you see a big change, it'll push you. It'll inspire you to go further in your purpose, higher heights and deeper depths, because it starts to become something you can't get enough of. And all you want out of life is to reap and operate in success, not realizing all you had to do was eliminate the distractions away from your presence. But this, of course, is for those who are curious to see what pending blessings He has for you. Would you believe everything that I said right there was a personal testimony of mine? Because last year during my isolation phase, I was thinking about the gifts God had given me, right? I was wondering, how could I give those same gifts back to Him, right? Meaning, what is something I can do to further His kingdom? Because if I knew only what I did for Christ will last, every skit or funny video I've created to make others laugh as a sense of relief just died altogether. I didn't care for it anymore. Because as my vision started to clear, this allowed God to give me direction on how to help people effectively with their personal problems as well as their situations by giving them a word He gave me. So everything you've seen up until this point, it's not me. I take no credit. I desire no attention. I'm only honored to be a vessel used by God. Every video I aim to leave you with something to think about, right? So here's something that we can all relate to at one point. I was enrolled in a class that was required for me to take in order for me to advance into a higher course, right? Now, like any class, the teacher provided me a syllabus of guidelines along with a detailed description of each assignment. The instructor also gave a certain date of when each assignment was due. Each student was granted the same privileges. Sad to say, I played around the entire semester because I allowed distractions to soak up my time and attention. Then a week before the class ended, I tried to beg and plead with that teacher, asking her for more time, but it was too late. She said I had too many incomplete assignments to pass the class, and it was impossible for me to catch up. I couldn't even get mad. I couldn't get mad because she had a job to do. I was more so disappointed in myself for being distracted and not having everything done. I felt powerless because I had to retake the class. Now the only difference between that story and to life itself is, in life there are no do-overs, no retakes, no makeups. And then I imagine God telling me in the very end that my incomplete assignments aren't acceptable because He gave me time and everything I needed to get my assignments on earth done. So there's no excuse I could give Him. No excuse you could give Him. So take what I said and apply it back to your life by boldly detaching yourself from whatever person or thing that is prolonging and hindering you from your destination. Your destination. I encourage you to walk in your purpose right now, because time waits on no man. Time is almost up.